What's up, everybody? Do my first ever voiceover video, and I would like to, of course, talk about what else but the new Indian chief. All right, now, let's get the obvious out the way, okay? I've seen a lot of people complaining about, it's not a real chief, doesn't have the fenders, blah, blah, blah. And please stop, okay? That type of mentality and that type of thinking is what got Harley into trouble. They catered to one specific niche of audience, and now they're paying dearly for it. So do yourself a favor if you enjoy the brand. If you don't like the bike, don't like the bike. Don't buy the bike. And don't disparage anybody for liking the bike. Anyway, you get that out the way. Next. Now here's what my opinion is on this. I like the bike, and the Chief Dark Horse bobber is going to make it incredibly difficult for me to keep my bobber. That's just, the more I look at it, the more I want it. But it's not perfect. And here's what I think Indian missed the boat on this particular bike. I'm going to first start off with the Super Chief. Now, again, this is just my opinion. I don't disparage, or I won't talk bad about anybody who purchases something that, a bike with soft bags and a windshield like this, but I would prefer it to have been a hard bag option. And instead of this windshield, I would have loved to have seen a quick disconnect fairing type. I think that would have made it a lot better looking, but you have a lot of people that do like this, so they'll try to cater to that, I guess. It is not a bad looking bike, it's just not my particular style, but if you like it, man, enjoy it. Go out and buy it, but I would have preferred hard bags. Other than that, the bike looks pretty nice. The bike is pretty incredible looking. I'm not a big chrome person, but some people are, to each their own, which is why they have different variants. And we're going to discuss the next variant, which is just the regular Indian Chief. Now this right here is a thing of beauty, in my opinion. I love the stance of it. I love the 19-inch front wheel. The tech, we'll get to the tech here in a second. But I like the way this bike looks. That right there is a great looking intro motorcycle, especially in the red. That is legit right there. Come on, how can you not think that's not beautiful? Look at that. I don't care who you are. But the Dark Horse to me is where it's at. I prefer dark. I like black, matches my soul. Really not much else to say about it. I would have liked to have seen a more performance front end, a la something similar to the Challenger. Not exactly like that front suspension, but I would have liked to have seen that instead. But they went with typical front suspension. But here is what probably may be my next motorcycle. And in my opinion, this is the best looking one of the bunch. But that's why you have different variants. You can pick and choose what you want. All right, so here are the 5 things I really don't like about the bike. I shouldn't say I don't like about the bike, but 5 things that I wish would have been addressed, or maybe will be addressed. And I'm going to start at least important to most important. All right, so least important, I like to see more color options available in the trim levels. I don't understand why they offer you, 3 colors for this trim level, and then 3 colors like this. This bobber, this Dark Horse bobber, would have been straight fire in this color. Why can't we do that? I don't understand why they limit like that, but that's what they do. Second, spoke wheels, I guess, they're okay. I don't dislike them, but if I had to choose, I would have preferred that front rim as opposed to the spoke wheels. But to each their own. Like I said, the one thing, how do I say this? The one glaring area is this hole right here. I'd like to see what we can do with getting rid of this hole right here and what can be placed in there, either via aftermarket or something that Indians knows that people are going to complain about, and they already have something for you to purchase at an obscenely high price to fill that gap. I think the accessories were okay with the bike that they offered. They're, of course, overpriced, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. And then, you know, like how the Harleys, the irons, they do a nice wire tuck. I wonder if there's something we can do about these wires and cables that are just kind of flopping around here. But other than that, to me, this bike is a home run. I think they did a good job with it. I like the aesthetics of it. I would prefer the more varied color options, like I said, across the platform. But who knows? Maybe in the future they will. And they also have it in non-dark horse variants. So if you'd like the chrome, then you can get all the chrome that your little heart desires, which is a good thing, you know, that they offer this to various, you know, appeals. Now, people are going to complain about the looks of it, and it looks more like a Harley, and it looks like a Street Bob or a Softail or a Slim or whatever the hell it looks like. Yes, it does. It looks like a... Hold on a second. Let me get my... Let me bring you over here. No. It does look like a Softail Standard. It does look like a Street Bob. It does look like a Softail Slim. It does look like a Fat Bob. Why? Because that's who Harley's competing with. You can't say you're competing in a space with a particular brand, and this is in any kind of market, and not have similar stylings, because then you're not competing with that in that market, right? You have a half-ton pickup, all half-ton pickups, right? 1.5-ton pickups. They're competing in that market. They all have similar stylings. They have similar cues. Why? Because people are looking for that styling. It's the manufacturer's responsibility to put their own little bit of uniqueness to it, which I think Indian has done, in my opinion. These aren't bad looking bikes right here. I do like the Softail Slim. That is pretty nice. They're not bad looking bikes at all. But they're not, it's not an exact replica. It's not an exact clone of it. It's not like they just took the frame and put a 116 in it, and then they took off the badging and put an Indian head on it or warp on it. They didn't do that. They made their own styling cues and their own twist to what this particular segment of motorcycle should look like and perform like. So let's get over that. But if you ask me, I think this bike really, really looks like the new Rebel. Like the frame almost looks the same. They have a lot of similarities to it. Honda did a bit of better job filling this gap right here. But Honda Rebel's not an ugly bike either, except for that. That's oh my God, that's terrible right there. But anyway, and then of course there's the Yamaha Bolt. Let's bring the Yamaha Bolt. Right here. Not a bad looking motorcycle either. Doesn't look exactly like the Indian or the Harley or the Honda, but they do have similar styling cues, because that is what appeals to individuals shopping in this market. Now it's up to you as the consumer to decide which one you like the best. All right? But that doesn't mean that I say here, I don't know, but that doesn't mean that one person's right and the other one's wrong. I guess I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's 2:33 o'clock in the morning. I'm a bit tired, but anyway, bingo. That's the Yamaha Bolt. Now you guys all know the specs of the new bike, so there's no reason for me to regurgitate it and bore you with it. But the biggest area, in my opinion, where Indian missed the boat on this is right here. This is nothing against the 108. I'm sorry, the 111 or 116. But I really wished they would have put the Power Plus 108 in here. I was really hoping for a liquid cooled mid-size, and that's what this is, a perfectly mid-sized motorcycle to compete in this space. But I was hoping it would be a liquid cooled, but that isn't it's not gonna take away from, in my opinion, the sheer beauty of this bike. The there's no words to describe it. I mean, it is beautiful. I think it's beautiful. I love it. I'm not too crazy about the higher bars. I don't think it looks right. These bars look just about right. So, and of course, I do like the front end. I like the covered forks. I like the covered shocks. It looks like a comfortable bike. I cannot wait to ride one. I cannot wait to, once I ride it, probably buy it. I hate myself sometimes. But I don't really care for the look of the slash cuts that they offer. But another bike, I know I'm all over the place, but another bike that I know people are saying it looks like it's the Victory Gunner. Let's take a look at that Victory Gunner. Victory Gunner. There you have it. Let's see. Try to find a better picture. That's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, they look the same. Why? Because this bike competed in this market. Mid-sized cruiser, kind of fairly bare-boned, stripped down a bit. You can customize it to your little heart desires. But yeah, there's definitely some of the Gunner DNA in that bike, and there's nothing wrong with that. I've never owned or ridden a Victory, but a lot of people that did said that they were very well made. And if you have that kind of know-how and you have that kind of skin in the game as far as engineering goes, why not use it and incorporate it into what you're trying to do with Indian? I don't see a problem with that. You know, some people, it's not a real Indian. Well, I mean, what's a real Indian? Which generation? I mean, obviously there was some underlining factors that contributed to Indian not lasting. So why would you want it to be an original Indian? There was obviously something not right there. So I don't know. It's weird. One other thing I wanted to touch on is the gauge. Let's see if we can get a better look at it. See, there it is, right there. Wow! Look at that. I'm not going to give me a better look at it. But this 4-inch touchscreen gauge, that is pretty incredible. The tech that's involved in this, I mean, you can overlay weather on it. You can, turn on your navigation. You have your ride command that I've never used. I'm pretty excited to see what this looks like actually in person, along with the rest of the bike. But this right here, this is a big deal, right? It also has a fuel gauge in it. The people that got on Scouts that bitch continuously about not having a fuel gauge, well, this has a fuel gauge. I would like to see this be able to be retrofitted on other models like the Scouts and whatnot. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be a quick way for Indian to make a a grip of cash. If you don't like the tech, you can get the analog gauge, but you have to be in at the starter level. You got the sport modes. You got the 3 different rider modes, which I think is a really good idea. And of course, I cannot stress this enough. The fact that this bike has cruise control is huge for me. I would like to ride. My wife and I would like to log in bigger miles eventually, but it can get a bit taxing on the Scout without cruise control. Yes, there are aftermarket options on there, but I mean, you're talking about some that are mechanical that are a couple $100, and then you have this one company out of Australia that makes a electric aftermarket add-on for the Scout. Really wish they showed you a better picture of that. Let's see. I'm seeing if it's in now. It's not in there. But so what do you know? What do you guys think? What should I do? Should I keep my Scout bobber, or should I let the bobber go and pick up this beauty without those bars? I don't like those bars, but they're not for me. I like those bars. Those are better, in my opinion. Well, I guess that's all I got to say about this. Look, if you don't like the bike, it's fine. Don't buy the bike. Okay? It's not made for you. If you obviously don't like the bike, it's not made for you. But please don't fall into the mindset that has plagued Harley Davidson forever, which is if you don't like it, if I don't like it, then you shouldn't like it. I mean, who the fuck are you to tell somebody what to do and how to spend their fucking money? If they want to buy a bike, let them buy the fucking bike. Let them buy the bike that makes them happy. Shut your mouth about it. It's none of your goddamn business. You're not paying for it. All right? You love the brand needs to evolve. All right? The only constant is change, my friend. Adapt and overcome, or be left by the wayside. All right. That's all I got to say. I know this is my first ever talking head video. It's not a very good one, but it is what it is. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up, a thumbs down. Give me your comments. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. I really want to start focusing on the growth of this channel, so please spread the word. Sharing is caring. Ride safe. Keep your shiny side up. I'm out. Where are you? Woo. Bye. Wee. Bye. Peace.